Wow, it has been a wild day, and it just keeps getting wilder. We have a video fresh off the press by Channel 5, Trump's inauguration. Let's go. Let's see it in person without any curation.
The golden age of America has arrived.
Ooh,
President
he's
Donald J.
dripping.
Trump, number 47 in 43 minutes. Happy days are here again.
This is We the Sequel, We the People, round 2.
Daddy's
as we
home.
take back our
Home,
capital,
baby.
as we take back the country after January 6th and all of those people
With some
running in
big
jail
sunglasses.
for no reason.
Most of them. I'm ready to see gas prices
Yeah.
under $1.50. I'm ready to see the Federal Reserve abolished. I'm ready to see
house prices fucking drop. Come on, man. Come on. Give us like a year or two. Please let the motherfuckers drop.
Trump buy 1 million Bitcoins for a strategic reserve for us Americans to have. I'm ready to see the northern and the southern borders secure. I'm ready to see inflation go down to 0. I'm ready for all the Jan 6 prisoners not only to get a pardon, but to get multi-million-dollar payouts in the future. And I'm ready to...
That's not happening. And some of those people that destructed property and also stole stuff from the Not everybody should be treated the same with the pardons, but yeah, I do agree. A lot of them that just walked in there should be.
Go to Greenland and have a nice hotel stay at a future Trump tower that gets built there. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, you know Greenland is like -30 right now, though.
Jeez.
Greenland is really cold and icy, and Iceland is really green and nice, right?
Yeah, it was like they named it that to trick the Vikings. So Iceland's the green one. So they were like, the Vikings, they were scared of them, so they were just like, yo, we're going to call Greenland Iceland and reverse it. So that the Vikings got to Greenland and were like, fuck.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm really honestly going to be proud to see our president able to walk and not crap himself in front of the world stage. It's nice to have a president that can speak English without mumbling. It's nice to have a president that the people on the world stage...
Comment down below your favorite quote by our 48th president, Mr. Biden. Mine's wise words.
Actually respect and maybe fear a little bit. Remember when he did the thing with Rocket Man? People said he was going to start World War III. He's like, Rocket Man, I've got the biggest rocket. I got a bigger button. I've got a bigger rocket.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
And everyone said that was going to start World War III. But did it? No, it actually backed off Rocket Man. And in the end, they ended up shaking hands, which had never been done before. Never been.
And now they're in Russia, right? No, they're in Ukraine, right? They're fighting with Russia. Wow, have times changed?
In the history of the world,
the babysitter left and the kids went
when
crazy.
You come into a negotiation, you don't need some guy bumbling and barely able to walk, rolling up in front of the world leaders. They're laughing behind our backs. They're making us look foolish. At least Trump has swagger. He's got Americana, and he's a badass.
And the rest of the world knows who's actually running shit. Because obviously we don't think Biden was. That is a huge issue. Like, other countries aren't going to take you seriously when your leader is not your leader. And it is so blatant obvious. Like, come on.
I definitely think he's learned a lot. I think, while we definitely didn't want the last 4 years, I think he's benefited from 4 years of just seeing what can happen. And now he's got the right team assembled. He knows how to move things around.
Guys.
And
there it is.
I think we're going to see.
Going back. I can't edit it because CapCut's banned right now.
While we definitely didn't want the last 4 years, I think he's benefited from 4 years of just seeing what can happen. And now he's got the right team assembled. He knows how to move things around. And I think we're going to see real meaningful change.
Yeah, I'm ready for Elon to really, really, really cut most of the 2 million plus jobs in the federal government.
Jesus Christ, what was that? Bro.
Really, really, really cut most of the 2 million plus.
Oh, he's grabbing his heart and throwing it out to the crowd. Boy, has this man been fucking a mess lately.
Jobs in the federal government out of the equation.
Oh, man.
And I'm ready
first this man is fucking up on video games and, delegating gamers to game on his account, and now he's just throwing a fucking Roman salute. Like, bro. Kamala already did it. You're not a pioneer.
See over 400 bureaucracies here in the United States that are like a cancer in God's U.S. Republic, completely abolished. The IRS needs to be abolished.
I would like to see, say,
is that
Department of Education gone. I would like to see ATF gone.
Why do you want the Department of Education shut down?
Before the Department of Education,
the drip
we
is
were
crazy.
ranked 9th in the world. or no, we were 7th in the world.
In education.
Yes, in education. After the Department of Education, I think today we are about 14th. No Child Left Behind, drastically dumbed down. The curriculums made it so that students couldn't fail. And then every time the curriculum is seen to be
it's actually now
upgraded.
impressive if you actually drop out. It's shocking if you don't get a degree, almost a degree, a high school diploma.
The teachers union shut it down.
But you know, I know people drop out for other reasons, not just because education, because you know you don't fuck with school. I get that.
Interesting. Do you think teachers should be paid more?
Schooling system's not for everyone.
Why?
It's really not.
There shouldn't be a public education system.
And I'm ready for Donald John Trump to make
Okay.
Bitcoins a legal tender
Interesting.
here, like what has happened in El Salvador with Nayib Bukele.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
What's the benefit of having a cryptocurrency reserve?
Well, with Bitcoins, we
Here we go, boys.
have to adapt to that as Americans. We have to have that because if we don't, we're going to be very, very far behind of other nations like El Salvador, who's leading the way.
Yeah.
Those people there.
I guess it's just important to have market regulation when it comes to, you know, Bitcoin because of pump and dump schemes. Like, did you see the Haktua coin?
Oh man.
That's a huge problem. We have Bitcoins, they're incredible, and then we have all the scam coins out there. And there are so many altcoins that are just wreaking havoc.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Life after life after life.
It's hard because you want to have a free market, but then the crypto world is just so full of scams. It's like you need some element of
It's
regulation.
ridiculous,
Right,
man.
there needs to be some type of thing put in, and
If we didn't have these fucking scams in crypto, I'm not gonna lie, it would be kind of sad because then we wouldn't have CoffeeZilla. And I love CoffeeZilla. The man does amazing work, bro.
hopefully Trump can get it done.
It's ridiculous.
What do you think about this upcoming presidency, bro?
I'm actually Cuban. I was born in Cuba. I came in 2011.
Okay.
First terms for Trump. Didn't really agree with him. Didn't really agree with the way that he spoke about immigrants, especially I was not citizen yet. I didn't think about voting on the second term, but something happened.
He said, yeah, so he's a citizen now, so he agrees with Trump. I'm making
I saw that
assumptions,
Biden
right?
took like such a comfortable back seat during July 6th back in Cuba. I don't know if you've heard about the situation.
Tell us about it.
So, I think it was 2022. There was a massive revolt all around the island. All the cities were taking to the streets, protesting that they were sick and tired. There's no food. There's no power. The government basically hoards all the resources, and instead of distributing them like they're supposed to, you know, communism,
Wow.
they give it to like the people that were close with them, the agents.
Not
Venezuela.
good.
Like Venezuela, exactly, same thing. It was
Yeah, that's
violent.
not good.
The police were. There are videos of police breaking into like the house of one of the organization leaders. They shot him right in front of the family. You can see
Jesus.
like the blood running. It's really sad. I was crying throughout that entire play. Like it was tragic.
And how did Biden respond to the July 6th events?
He didn't do anything. He basically said we're not gonna touch anything revolving around Cuba. We're gonna leave them to their.
But you can see why you'd be mad about that as well, because we're sending billions and billions of fucking dollars to a fucking war right now, to multiple wars.
Devices. And,
Technically.
there's a group of Cubans that today are going to be having a protest in front of the White House to basically encourage Trump to look at that situation and try to do something, try to help. Fair.
How long did it take you to achieve citizenship?
Well, for me, it was
That's awesome, man,
around
that he's a
6,
citizen
7
now.
years. It's not hard.
Wow.
You just gotta know history, learn the history. They literally give you a booklet with the answers.
Jesus. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You can't be tough and crime and elect a felon. Oh boy,
Can you
here
tell
we
me your
go.
sign?
Sure. So mine says protect trans kids. There's a lot of
Trans kids. Fucking kids, bro.
discourse about trans people right now.
kids.
All of the talking points being made are word for word identical to what they were 20 years ago or 30 years ago about gay people.
It's like
No. You can be gay. You can be gay and be a kid. That is fucking normal, bro. That is not something where you have a surgery to, oh my, I can't fucking stand these talking points. That doesn't fucking make sense at all.
We have mutants living among us on planet Earth.
I think
Jesus.
if kids want to change their name, explore gender identity, do whatever the fuck they want, that's fine.
Okay, whatever.
If they at some point want to do something medical about it, then they can have an informed conversation
When they're an adult?
with a parent and or medical professional.
No. When they're an adult is the right answer.
And what threat do you think the next 4 years?
I can get behind you thinking you're trans as a kid, and then when you're fucking 18, probably a little older than that, I would think, like maybe 25 when your fucking frontal lobe fully develops. Maybe then. But still, yeah. At least being an adult. Like, being a kid and having a procedure like that, that is fucking ridiculous. I will never agree with that. I don't care if one of my friends transitions. I'll support them no matter what. You know why? Because they're a fucking adult. Never would I support a kid transitioning before they're an adult. That is just maddening.
To that.
I mean, Trump said he's going to sign an executive order on day one saying that
To
there
protect
are
the
two
kids,
genders.
yeah.
So there's a pretty imminent threat of getting kicked out of the military, losing gender inclusive care. People are going to die from this, and that's really shitty.
People are gonna die from this. I think you can we live in the United States of America. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I believe, it just makes sense to me that, establishing that there's two genders means, by law, like legally, you will identify as a male or a female. Like legally you have a government name, and some people don't want to be called that name. And guess what? They have a nickname. Like, I don't know how this is fucking crazy. Like, you can identify as whatever you want with your friends and on your fucking Twitter bios. They're not going to arrest you for identifying as a couch or a bag of potatoes or something. I just don't.
Transgender students in sports became a top issue on the 2024 campaign trail.
Yeah.
Now a top priority of House Republicans in the new Congress.
And I think the further we get away from political identities, identity politics, the better off we're gonna be as a country. Because once we can get past the bullshit that's really not that important, like gay rights, that should always be important. There should be never a situation where they take away the right to marriage. I know some people believe they should because it's a ritual thing with Christianity. I'm Christian. I don't think that. So
The only time
I think that's ridiculous because it's a legal thing. Like, people get legal benefits from that shit.
Was when they started winning, like Leah.
I like this guy. He's fucking funny, bro.
Thomas isn't even. She's a good swimmer.
Oh God.
She's not the best.
Yeah.
There's no evidence.
Bro, let her race against men. I'm sure she's not the best.
Men going into women's sports and sweeping competition, like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And also being on estrogen long term actually weakens your physical abilities. And
Jesus,
medical transition is often necessary to compete in women's sports for trans people. So
hatred has won, and that is depressing. I cried on election day. I know so many other women who cried on election day.
I bet.
This means that so many people have to go into hiding, can't be themselves. People are, like Grant said, people are gonna die. People
So bullshit, bro. People are not gonna die because of this.
It's just I'm legitimately terrified for my immigrant friends. I stay awake at night thinking about them, thinking about trans people. Whether or not you think that gay people should exist, trans people should exist, immigrants should be here or not, what I hope we can all come together and understand is that humans are humans.
I hate when people are frame it like this, like trans people should exist or immigrants should exist. Like, they exist. That is not what people are questioning. It's questioning if they should have immigrated here legally or not. And there are amazing good people that have ran away from the situation because there was a better life in America, right? And they did it illegally because the process is a little harder than illegally, apparently. I'm assuming that. I mean, Channel 5 had a whole video of it, and they did it. It didn't seem that hard. It is dangerous, for sure. But, the reason a lot of people do that is because it is easier, and it's well known it's easier. So obviously, people do it, and they're just trying to set a precedent to make it where you come through legally. Like, and if you don't have that precedent, then no one's ever going to do that. Like, I don't understand the fucking logic, bro. I really don't.
Maybe they did commit a crime. Maybe they do something that you don't agree with.
Also, to her point, like, just because there's a law doesn't mean it's ethical, right? There's been laws that don't apply to modern society now because they're so fucking old. It happens all the time. So I'm going to play devil's advocate and hear this person out, but like the last guy, complete bullshit, bro. Complete bullshit.
They are still people. The mass deportations of immigrants.
Hey, Biden supported the Vietnam War and killed a lot.
The mass deportation of immigrants is going to kill people.
Here we go, boys.
Shit. Okay, great.
What are your thoughts on the like mass deportation issue?
They're beefing.
Mass deportation. My wife is Mexican. Like I said, I live by the border. I love the Mexican people. There's a lot of good people. Definitely start at the top, meaning the worst, and work our way down. You know, necessarily not so many, all these little, you know, people with their families or people second generation, this and that.
Yeah.
You know, let's not get too carried away. We'll start with the worst and we'll work our way down.
I do agree with his point for sure, because there's a lot of good people that are immigrants, 100% sure. Like, I know people that are amazing people, and they would see this reaction, and I hope they wouldn't get offended. But I'm gonna speak my piece. This is a raw reaction. I gotta keep it like 100, right? I'm not gonna tailor my opinions to some like political view or whatever it might be. I like expressing myself, and guess what? Political opinions can change. Wow, you're not set to just vote right every election or left every election. You have the freedom of choice, which is so nice. But I don't think the way that Trump comes off, it doesn't seem like that. It seems more like we're gonna deport them all, like they all gotta go. But obviously, the worst ones are the highest priority for sure. But at the end of the day, if you're here illegally, they want you to pay your taxes just like any citizen is, and they would probably welcome you here because you are an amazing person. You just have to go through that process, and unfortunately, that is a barrier to entry that some can't go through. So that's the nuance of everything. That
you got murderers and rapists in San Diego County.
Yeah, you do.
We have not just a sanctuary city, we have a super sanctuary city where not only can you not tell ICE if there's a problem with an illegal alien, you can't tell them even if they committed armed robbery or rape. They're like,
you know what's crazy? I've never seen a border patrol truck in my life, and I was at a gas station today and I saw one, and I live in Texas. Today of all days, right?
no, what about the poor rapists and armed robbery? We can't send them back. We can't tell ICE.
We will not allow our local resources to be used for actions that separate families.
So they don't want to use the resources, which is what they calling ICE, just because they want to protect illegal aliens. I think the people that are doing these laws are actually paid off by the cartel. It's a crazy conspiracy. I know. You know, it's one thing having immigration, but when you just have a total open border, and then when they come in, they get free health care, they get free cell phones, they get free hotels when our homeless people are living on the streets. I mean, come on, people. We got to do this legally.
He's got a point, man.
Right?
We need to have a very solid immigration policy so we keep attracting the best talents across the world.
I really do hope they have a good representation of the left, because there are good points on both sides, for sure. The representation that we've seen so far is not very good.
To this land, to build it up, build the economy, build companies, hire employee people, you know. I pay tax, and I want my tax to benefit my neighbors, my country, and my 100%. Children, and my neighborhood, my community, right? I don't want other countries take advantage of United States people.
I feel like this is the most sane take, like the most common take you'll hear.
Scientology is a cult. Thank you.
Are you a Scientologist?
Nope.
Do you think
abuse women and children?
Do you think that we're Scientologists?
Nope. Just getting the message out. That's all.
Okay. What's the worst thing Scientology's done?
They use children for auditing. So 8, 9, 10-year-olds are asking grown men about masturbation and anal sex.
That's not good. Do you feel like
hashtag save the children?
Are you hoping for like exoneration for the January 6th?
Random.
I am indeed.
NPC's
in fact,
going
I was
crazy.
down there at the vigil for the J6ers down on Freedom Corner with Mickey Withoff, who is Ashley Babbitt's mother. In fact, I have Ashley Babbitt's ashes in this necklace right here. I made this necklace with Ashley Babbitt's ashes.
Wow.
I made it for her and her husband.
This morning, new details about 35-year-old Ashley Babbitt, who was shot and killed by a Capitol police officer.
And I was down there and I was told that the word on the street is the guards were told to stay late tonight to help release the prisoners.
Are they being held in D.C. right now?
Oh yeah, they're not far from here, a few miles down the street.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. Any message to the American people before we go?
You should go watch his movie. This guy makes some great documentaries. I went to his premiere. It was freaking awesome. Thanks, brother.
I appreciate you, Matt. Thanks, Doc. Have a good one.
If you missed it, just 5 days ago, we dropped our first ever independent film called Dear Kelly, a project that's being received quite well across the political spectrum. It explores the life, backstory, and beliefs of a man named Kelly J. Patriot, who I met at a White Lives Matter rally in 2021.
Oh boy.
Kobe Bryant was assassinated by the Clintons.
Bro, I remember when the Black Lives Matter was going crazy and I was on Twitter and I got into so many arguments about it. And I was so neutral about it too. And people immediately, because I wanted to just have a conversation on the internet, immediately were like, you're a racist. I was just commenting, like trying to figure out people's views and perspectives and like both sides of it. And there was a lot of people that did not like that.
The film was shot over the course of 3.5 years, documenting
like
Kelly's radicalization, his quest for revenge against a private lender, and his family's attempts to pull him out of the rabbit hole and put family first. The film is currently being self-hosted and privately distributed at www.dearkellyfilm.com for the low rental cost of $5.55. So if you want to support us and see the movie, head on
you could
over.
buy the license too to watch it on
the
the
streets
Oh
of
my!
DC.
I might need to watch
we are
that on the
surrounded
stream.
by
Oh my gosh, it's fucking
ancient pagan symbols.
There we go.
From
Let me go back.
So if you want to support us and see the movie, cost of
Am I tripping? Did that say buy the license?
$5.55.
It did. You might have to do
So
that,
if
man.
you want to support us and see the movie, head on over.
Hell yeah.
All right, back to the streets of DC.
Oh yeah, we are surrounded by ancient pagan
Comment down below if you want me to do that.
From the obelisk there, which may be the biggest obelisk in the world, to the dome there of Isis, the ever-pregnant womb of Isis in the occult mindset. That's what that is. With the apotheosis of George Washington, which is that mural inside the dome, which represents that Masonic future that so many Masons are
I've
into,
never been to Washington,
where they
DC.
ascend as a god
I would love to
into
go.
some type of paradise. It's not from the Bible, and I'm totally against all that. I'm standing here for Jesus Christ and Nazareth, the Lord of the heavens and the earth.
Wait, I'm a bit confused. You're here for Jesus Christ. However, the pagan symbology is also important.
Well, it's not important to me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because the plan that was put in place to build Washington, D.C. was a plan, in fact, to honor the ancient gods. And the plan was not to honor Jesus Christ. The people who designed this place, the main people, were into it to honor their Masonic god.
I need to look into that because I don't know if y'all saw, I did a Christmas reaction video and I did a bunch of them, and one was actually about pagan cultures, which I went down a rabbit hole that I did not understand at all. I learned a lot from that. I don't know much about pagan culture, which it is very intriguing. And this is right up my alley.
Recorded about in the King James Version Bible.
Who do you think was controlling Biden behind the scenes?
Obama was definitely a key player. But again, in my
That's what a lot
research,
of people
Obama's more
speculate.
like a manager in Satan's hierarchy. He's got the World Economic Forum, he's got the UN, he's got King Charles and the monarchy. Satan. He's got so many different groups that have extreme amounts of power compared to me.
Yeah. Do you think that there's kind of like a second deep state forming around Trump?
Well, just protect Trump from having that happen, God. Please help him not to make the same mistakes that he made when he was 43rd president of the United States, God.
And where do you get most of your news and information from?
X. Not
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
It's Infowars.com with Alex Jones.
Did you use X back when it was in control of Jack Dorsey?
Well, I did, and I got suspended multiple times.
Oh, boy. Was that kind of a wake-up call for you, just having your account taken down multiple times?
I was really aware of that type of thing back in 2013 when I started listening to Alex Jones. He started to wake me up to how things really work.
I can't relate to that. I don't listen to Alex Jones and all that shit. If you do, more power to you, whatever. But I did use Twitter since like 2012. And I have since. I have a different account and everything, but I did notice like there was a progression where like left-winging politics was pushed tremendously on my account. I don't know if it's because they got so many clicks and it was just being pushed to more people that way, but it was constantly, and I never looked up any of this stuff.
general way.
Ever.
We're in a war, and there's a group called the Globalists, and they want to depopulate the Earth, and they want to get it down to under 500 million people.
Yeah.
And right now, I get pushed left and right stuff, which I really don't like looking at politics on Twitter. That's not where I go for it. But
and they want to bring in a new world order system, their technotronic state where you can't buy or sell without the mark of the beast. It's right there in the Book of Revelation, the King James Version Bible. I mean, we may live in that time. We may go through it.
To be fair, they were saying the mark of the beast was the COVID vaccines back in the day, so you could speculate a lot.
I'm ready to die for Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm never taking the mark of the beast no matter what.
What's the mark of the beast?
Is he gonna say it?
It could be a microchip in your hand.
Okay.
This one, your right one, or your left one, and then maybe it's some type of Neuralink chip in your head.
Yeah.
Or maybe something more advanced than that.
Yeah.
Some people have said the nanoparticulates, or however you say it, in those bioweapon shots from Big Pharma are some type of mark of the beast.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming
Appreciate
somewhere.
you so much. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate you. And our show's called Channel 5. Be sure to check it out, man. Appreciate you, dude.
You're awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome, too.
Thank you, God, for his life.
Yeah, man.
I love you.
You, too.
I love you to a random. We love everybody here in the ether.
Channel 5 live worldwide, Hollywood and Vine.
What a banger.
Channel 5 News.
Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best number.
Oh my god, this fucking channel is amazing, bro. I fucking love it. The fucking B-roll is wild on this one. Wild. Yeah, if you're not following them, go give them a follow or a sub. Amazing video. Love it. I don't know what else to say. Let's get the comments. Top 3, I guess. Ready for inflation to go to 0. Anyone who knows economics just sighed at that statement. I didn't say anything about it, but I was like, yeah, it's not how it works. You'll never see that day. The dude with the dreads started sipping in and out of his impersonation and regular voice like he was becoming possessed by Trump or by himself. It's just doing an impression. That shit was funny as fuck. I don't think there should be a public education system. Caught me off guard. Yeah, that did. The one that really pissed me off was the save trans kids, and I guess it is kind of a trigger, just because I don't want them like mutilating children, obviously. But I can understand someone thinking they're trans when they're a kid. Is that from persuasion and you know, the political culture you grow up with your parents and stuff like that, heavily influenced by that? Probably. Or the content you're watching? Probably. You know, they used to say like the 3 closest friends, the people you hang out with the most, is who you turn into. And now it's pretty much the 3 you know, people you watch the most on social media you turn into. So there's wiggle room, there's credence for that. I honestly don't think a normal child would grow up and think they're trans. I don't think that is the case, but I mean, there's ancient mythology of, like, you know, genderless entities for sure. So there is evidence for that as well. So I don't have a problem with anybody like that. I just don't think you should be mutilating children. That's where I draw the line. Like, you do whatever you want. You're in America. I love it. It's a great melting pot. You have the freedom of, you know, you have the freedom to do what you want. But let's just, you know, that point just triggered me a little bit. I got a little heated there. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody, right? But yeah, my name is Trey Swish. This is the Ether. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit a sub to join the Ether as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces. Stay safe out there, man. It's crazy. Crazy times.